Welcome back to Myth Machine Chicago by Night 1st Edition. This with 5th Edition rules. This campaign is rated R for dystopian, not future, dystopian world of darkness, where vampires do horrible things to each other and to people and slowly but surely feel their humanity erode from under them, and sometimes they seek the blissful oblivion of no humanity, and sometimes they don't. Who knows? Who do we have with us this time? A slightly short-staffed coterie this time, unfortunately.
I am El Duende, pronouns any all, and I am playing as Tony Hernandez, the Brujah gangster.
Who ran away?
Who ran away from his fight, let his ghoul fight for him, and is very burnt.
A little bit burnt, yeah, maybe a little bit burnt.
Very burnt. 5 aggravated damage, man.
Yeah, that's a bit, isn't it?
I am hanging on by a fucking thread, dude.
Yeah. Who else is here?
I'm John. I'm playing Chris, the Toreador body artist.
Who is in fact not hurt at all. Not a scratch, but a lot of hunger.
Yeah.
A lot of hunger.
Yeah.
I'm Roger. I'm playing Goldtooth Charlie, native former gangster. This now very understaffed gunfight.
I don't know how understaffed it is. You have...
He means for their side.
The gunfight is over.
Yeah. One of them ran away, so...
Yes. Unfortunately, Ender, who played Kate, will not be rejoining. He has left the campaign as he is trying other things, and we wish him the best in the future, and hope yeah. Which means, audience, that we have spots open in Chicago by Night 1990's 1st edition. So, if you want to
get...
What was that?
If you want to get yelled at by 3 jackasses, then join.
Exactly. You can join on Start Playing Not Games and look for Chicago by Night, and yeah, this game will swallow you whole, as it were. Anyway, last time, things were happening, weren't they? After capturing 2 Sabbat members, you decided against another risky interrogation. Tony Hernandez contacted the sheriff, who, after some delay, arranged a meeting. At a garage, they handed over the staked vampire and their motorcycles. The sheriff, pleased with their work, shared intelligence gathered by a harpy. Sabbat were using a cell-like structure and communicating via payphones. He also mentioned a suspected storage unit hideout in Cicero, which seemed to match a cryptic note that the party found. Your plans were abruptly interrupted by a frantic phone call from a woman named Lorraine, who claimed someone was trying to kill her. And the sheriff identified her as Lodin's child and declared the situation a priority. So now, paranoid about a potential trap, you convinced the sheriff to let you join him, and you raced down to the nightclub district and found this terrified Lorraine fleeing from a relentless Neely, with Nat in pursuit on a motorcycle. Chaos in the nightclub district as Charlie tackled Neely and the coterie piled on to restrain the frenzied venture. Nat
And also, I shot a random pedestrian with a crossbow.
Yes. Nat revealed that she was with the police and had been following Neely's rampage, and Kate discovered Lorraine was high on cocaine and acting as Lodin's secretary, so that was interesting. Neely staked and secured. The sheriff departed to take him and Lorraine to the prince. He left 3 of his armed men, led by a man named Wilkinson, to assist the coterie with the Sabbat hideout. The group proceeded to the storage unit facility in Cicero, taking an hour to prepare and allow Charlie's paranoia to subside. Then you approached the suspected unit with the sheriff's men taking point. The situation was a trap. The Sabbat sprung an ambush from the rooftops, unleashing a volley of white phosphorus shells. Wilkinson was immediately incinerated, and Tony and Kate were also set ablaze, with the both of you barely surviving the blast. A brutal firefight erupted, And Charlie came in clutch with supernatural speed to engage one of the attackers at point-blank range, and Chris scrambled up to join the fray, and Dex provided covering fire, eventually taking down one of the Sabbat with a phosphorus shell of his own. The battle ended with one Sabbat dead, another fleeing in terror, and the coterie, battered but still walking the night streets of Chicago. And as all of this have unfolded, what is the first thought you have now after the smoke is clearing? Tony, you ran away. The shooting is stopping over there.
Yeah, Tony's just waiting by the car with his gun out.
You're going to see a car passing you by.
I'm going to check, see who's inside.
It's going to be tricky because wits and awareness, I guess. This character
And is
does
Tony
not
still
have...
smouldering?
What was that?
Tony's still smouldering.
Yes, he is. He doesn't have any hair left. His clothes are all scorched. A lot of it is just falling off his body. It's just generally... eek. You're gonna only see a couple of shapes in there, and that's about it. It's moving towards the U storage area, though. Charlie, Chris, you have a captive.
Is he like, we have a captive, but they're in torpor, right? Or
Yes.
okay, then forget about him for a second. I'm going to go to the warehouse. Fuck, I can't find the words, but the unit that we have the number of.
Yes.
And
What
is it locked?
exactly happened at the end of the previous firefight? 'Cause I had to go to the bathroom just as we were ending. Did Chris shoot one of them and Dex shoot another?
Yes.
I didn't actually shoot anybody.
But Chris just scrambled up on the roof while Dex took the guy
Yeah, I
down.
was ready to attack, but we won.
Dex is gonna be looking at all of you and going, where's Tony? Where's Tony? Where's the patron? I need to find the patron. And he's gonna leave because Tony ain't there, so why would he stay?
Fair enough.
All right, you're gonna go down to the storage unit to...
Yeah, and see if I can find the right one.
You can find it. Let's see.
Okay, is it-
It's locked, yes. Do you have any larceny? No.
I have a shotgun. Can I do that thing where you shoot off the lock?
It's gonna make noise.
We are literally just after a massive firefight.
Yeah, you're just... Okay, that's fair. There may or may not be police on the way, but that is yet to be seen. So I guess...
You mean
Blam!
dinner?
There you go. Yes, you are going to blow the lock off of the storage unit. And,
Okay.
Has anybody seen John Wick 4? They use Dragon's Breath rounds in that.
To
yes,
open doors?
yes, that one, yes, I've seen that one, yes.
I haven't seen 4, just one.
Yeah, that was a pretty sweet. It was for a vampire fan. It was sweet to see it.
Anyway, what's
Not
inside?
Not open
What's-
doors. It's like this massive moving shootout, like upstairs and across rooms and stuff, and it's all filmed top down in a single shot. So it's really watching somebody play a computer game.
Yep. Anyway,
That sounds cool. Maybe I should watch 4.
you should.
Anyway,
but
what's inside this unit?
inside the storage unit is another couple of motorbikes, but also a tarp on the ground covering something which is about maybe 2 meters long, half a meter wide.
Okay, let's rip off the tarp.
Oh. Charlie, you are a very hungry man, aren't you?
I was thinking of I might try and chase after the Sabbat who ran off, but
he's
5
annoying.
hunger. If I fail, I'll just frenzy, won't I?
Yes, you will.
How long ago did the guy run?
It's a matter of minutes here, but long enough for you to make it a problem for you, as it were. I guess none of you will notice before it happens, the car rolling up, because you're all focusing on the storage unit, and Charlie is looking out after the guy who ran away. So suddenly you're gonna hear a voice. And you're gonna see someone as well. Is Tony anywhere close by to this, or is he just still hiding out?
I'm going to say that Tony starts limping his way back to the scene.
Alright. Out of the car has come this gentleman who you probably remember from that first night at the opera. You saved him by pulling out the stake in his heart.
Oh, Amadeus, yeah.
Amadeus, exactly. And standing next to him is Emily, Charlie. She's actually winking at you. Giving you a little bit of wink with the old eye. Yeah.
This bitch, I knew she was sus. I just couldn't get round to interviewing her.
Charlie winks back, but through very gritted teeth, trying not to remember how good she tasted.
Probably. You have done an amazing job, I have to say, he says. A little bit too good sometimes, but losses are expected, aren't they?
Charlie will be climbing his way down. And he didn't have much contact with this guy, did he? Because we were in different vehicles, but we'll say, let's just sweep his arm over this scene of chaos in the open unit door and say, you have something to do with this?
Oh, yes, I do indeed. It is a bit of a mess, though. We can make a deal,
So,
he says. We can make a deal. We can make a trade.
what's your interest in this place? Are you some sort of Sabbat prince?
No, hardly that. I am simply a priest, shall we say.
Of the Sabbat?
Yes. But the an invasion of the city is not. That is not what I'm launching. I'm not here for that. I have one simple goal in mind, and I am very close to achieving it, except you got in the way of that night, didn't you? Unfortunate, but true.
What is your goal?
Why, Neely, of course.
Why do you want him?
He's my sire.
Oh.
He's also the one who put me into that wall decades ago. He's also a very abusive man. And for nearly a century now, I have waited for this moment.
Wait. So you're even what you were freed, and it was after that we found the girl, and he had.
At this point, Tony, after listening to all this, is just, what the fuck?
So you're responsible for his let's just call it degradation insanity.
Yes, indeed. I had to do it. I had to make him desperate enough. You don't understand how he has degraded both me and Emily over the past century. It's only just that he will have to taste the bitter defeat. What it is like to be chained by the bonds of blood.
And that little girl and the people he could have killed when he's beast, they're just what? Innocent, I don't know, like casualties of war or whatever?
Yes, I suppose you could call it that. But don't you understand? You're trapped in the ivory tower, a construct of hierarchy and chains made out of vitae.
Leon. Actually, wait, no, I don't want to call him that.
Actually, real quick, out of character question: is Dex here with me?
Oh yeah, yeah. If he finds you, he's definitely there with you. Yeah.
So he's next to me. Okay, then. In that case, then Tony will just say, "All right, now I've heard enough," and just starts blasting.
Oh shit!
What's with the blast?
You still haven't healed.
Yeah, rolling it, buddy.
Okay.
I was about to call
He's
him.
confessed to being a Sabbat. He doesn't give a shit that a little girl got turned into a vampire. Yeah, no, he needs to go.
This sounds like it's war again.
I just learned. I haven't. Never mind. It's Saturday. I'm not gonna backseat game. But Charlie can't spend blood. I can nearly not spend blood. You've just been shot with a shotgun. There's times to fight.
Yeah. However, we do have 2 Wilkinsons and a Dex.
He's gonna spend all the gold, isn't he?
Yeah.
If you run away from this fight too, I think Chris is going to kill you.
That's fair. That's fair. To be fair, though, I think either I win or I die. Okay? I think either we take him out in the first round or I'm dead.
He's a veteran. He's probably got a million fortitude. Oh my god.
I can see no way that this might go wrong.
Oh, this is going all the way wrong. I was just trying to get us out of this conversation alive and maybe kill him later.
Tony has a harm compulsion. I think he's gonna get rid of it. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so too.
Because Soaky McSoakface here is gonna absorb all of it.
Kate is definitely gonna try to diabolise him, because that's what she does. Charlie, you have your 4. Everybody has a 4.
Yeah, it's the same issue as the last time.
Yes, it is.
I have the shotgun.
You have a shotgun. Are you afraid to use it?
No, I'm not. I will be, in fact, first of all. You said I could either use dexterity or composure. That's what you said last session.
Composure. But you're not first.
Right.
Actually, you are, because freaking rules.
Yeah.
So, 5.5. There we go. You are first.
Yep. Now. Composure. Firearms. Give me a sec. I don't know what happened there. Get rid of that. Specialty and pistols. Fuck it, we ball. I will be pushing that, because what the fuck?
But your pistol is not a WP.
No, not the... No, I thought we established that the pistol specialty could be used for the double-barrel shotgun. Since,
yeah, that's fair. Okay, so... That's
3
gonna
success...
be three aggravated then. Unless he dodges it.
No, not free aggravated. It's +4 at close range.
No, not when you have WP. When you have phosphorus ammo.
Yeah, WP sets
it's
it on fire
just,
instead.
yeah, we've established that too. It's just the damage from the, but it's all aggravated. You don't get any bonuses for the shotgun. You just do aggravated.
No, but like the shotgun itself, like I looked at the stats of the shotgun, not the peat. The shotgun itself says +4.
Yeah, no, that's the one that doesn't enter into the system because
okay.
of the incendiary. So yeah, you shoot him, and he's
And
gonna take that. Ugh.
And I'm going to spend the next, I'm going to spend my final quick action to get behind Dex.
Bravery, absolute bravery. Okay. Need to think about what. Yeah. So this young woman here is gonna scream at you and bring out her equipment. How about that? Her gear, if you will. Because this is terrible and horrible. Let's see. She is going to tell Dex to run away. Actually,
Oh, no.
She might actually tell Tony to run away. Run away!
Okay.
Why not? Alright.
Adios.
Charisma dominate. Let's go. Question, is it gonna work or not?
3 successes. 5, actually.
5
I get-
successes. You have intelligence and resolve. Will you run away or not?
Alright, intelligence plus resolve.
She can still willpower that. She's just screaming at you, run away! You bastard! And her eyes are just fixating on your eyes.
What? Okay. Whatever, man.
You know what I just realized? She's immortal and you're a vampire, so you can shake that easily with a willpower, which means that it's stupid for her to do it on you. She should do it on Dex.
But,
I know I'm jumping
you've
back and
already
forth
rolled.
here, but yeah.
No takesies backsies. You.
No changes backsies? Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
You
like
resist her!
You've already rolled. Maybe she's dumb and she doesn't know her powers.
No, she's not that dumb. She's been around for long enough. It's much harder to dominate a vampire than it is to dominate another ghoul. But okay.
Compulsion. What's new compulsion?
What was that?
This is a messy critical.
Just because
Fair.
I am not thinking on my feet fast enough doesn't mean that she isn't thinking on her feet fast enough.
No, that's exactly what it means.
Oh,
RP
no,
is-
it isn't. This is why we have stats. I can roll for her like a wits. I don't know.
Yeah, for her to make the smart decision.
Exactly. Wits. We're not. No, wits. What would that be? We're in a fight.
Cult?
I don't know. Wits and leadership. Let's
I'd
go.
argue that be wits occult to figure out that would be a bad idea.
Okay, wits occult.
Yeah.
Here we go. Nope, she didn't. Okay, she acted rashly. I'll yield to the dice.
So a wasted turn on her part.
A wasted turn on her part, yes. Wow. And then everyone else will just pile on to Mr. Foster here. So I guess they will start shooting at Mr. Foster.
Who's was? You mean? Oh, did he
Mr.
actually say his name was Mr. Foster?
Amadeus.
Yep. Amadeus, Amadeus.
I knew you would go with that.
You did? I'm
Yep.
surprised myself that I waited this long.
I am proud of you.
You should have brought more duels, you little bitch.
That is 4 successes. Plus, how much do we get for the assault rifle again? Oh, that's 4 too. So that's 4 in total, but it's 4 superficial. Which
Still
is still a
quite a
lot.
bit.
Yeah. Then the other one will do the same thing, because that's what they do.
We could speed things up by saying I know they have teamwork or something.
Yes.
If you want.
He would
They
push
have-
that.
They,
Wouldn't,
they just.
wouldn't the both Wilkinsons push that?
Yes, he would.
Both of them, yeah.
No, I just
Which
took
means the other-
one who, because the other one
Oh, yeah.
had a square hit. But that's still 4, so that's another. Oh no.
Oh.
Gosh.
Mr. Amadeus here is starting to realize he made a mistake.
He might have made a bit of a mistake. Charlie, what do you want to do?
Charlie will Amadeus and try to tackle him to the ground.
Very well.
He's on fire, though. You really want to do that?
No, he's not on fire because these guys, they had assault.
No, but I shot him. I shot him, though.
Oh, so you did.
So yeah, he is on fire. So
Yeah, you might want to rethink.
you might want to just shoot him, honestly.
Yeah. Or her, maybe.
Yeah, I will just, in that case, I will just shoot Amadeus.
Shoot who? Emily? You're gonna
Amadeus.
shoot
No,
Emily?
Amadeus.
He said
Amadeus.
Amadeus.
Okay.
All right.
You want to
deaf?
shoot Emily?
He said Amadeus, you deaf Swede.
No, he definitely shoots Emily. Anyway. Go ahead.
Is it dexterity or composure?
Composure. That is more damage.
And you're using the shotgun as well, right?
Yep.
I feel like I haven't used his, like...
So far, Aaron, so far he's taken 8 superficial damage
Yeah, a
and
lot.
6 aggravated.
Kate is gonna go... He's on fire, so Kate is gonna try to put out the fire first.
No, she has a gun.
No. You don't
Oh,
know
she
what
wants to.
going for here.
Oh, she wants to diablerize him.
Of course she does.
Damn, she's that committed to the bit.
Obviously.
Apparently.
I respect it. I respect it.
She
Wait,
puts out the
why-
fire.
How did I get to the other side of the thing?
What other side?
What?
Okay. Wait, we skipped
Never mind.
Chris's action. I just realized.
What?
We skipped Chris's action.
Oh, Chris. Why did we skip your action? What do you want to do?
I don't know. I stopped paying attention for a second and forgot I was here. Okay,
you wanna
I'm
do?
going to try something on Emily.
What is that?
I'm gonna
Sorry.
sing a sweet love song for her with presents.
In the middle of a gunfight?
Yes,
Sure.
in the middle of a gunfight because that's
What?
It's Aura. It's Aura. Fuck yeah, do it. Do it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Start
instant
singing, white boy.
seduction.
Performance and charisma and your singing.
Fuck
Yeah.
yeah. Hell yeah. This is so fucking stupid. Hell yeah.
But we're adding the awe, so obviously she's gonna just look at him because that's what you do. Right?
Yeah.
What the fuck does the white
What's a
boy
big
do?
love song for 91?
That's a good question.
Never change, Jan. Never change.
But this seemed like a reasonable thing to do because
It does?
because what's the point of having presents unless you're going to use it to instantly seduce somebody?
Jan, I want to
That's
study your
not
brain.
how presence works, but anyway.
I want to crack open your skull and study your brain.
No, thank you. I need that to live. I wish I'd given my thing in dance. Can I be a seductive dance instead? Because that's where I put the.
That's even worse.
No, let's a song. I said song, and I'm singing.
More than
Tutorial
words.
Vampire does
More
its
than words.
mating
Yeah,
dance.
that was
No,
a big
that's-
hit.
That's to up the power of. Let's. Oh, that stupid Robin Hood song. That's what I'm singing.
Has that come out yet? Oh, yeah, Everything I Do It For You with Bryan Adams. Yes, that was the big one, absolutely.
Okay.
Everything I do. Oh
I
my.
hate how many successes you have.
It's not going to be a bestial failure, I'll tell you that much.
Willpower wheel roll.
Really?
1, 2.
Why?
Yeah, because
Get a crit. Fuck it. Do it.
it says possible bestial failure.
You're not going to have a bestial failure. You succeeded already.
Then you need to fix what the machine says, because the machine says
No, but
possible
the bestial,
failure.
the machine always says possible bestial failure. It's just a reference
when I
if you don't
can't
get enough
read.
successes.
My face when I cannot read.
That's
She's gonna
nine suc-
try to resist this. Oh, she can actually resist it in more than one way. So let's see how she will resist.
But I'm a
it.
vampire, she's immortal, which makes it harder for her to
No.
resist, right?
Unprepared mortals,
Oh.
yes. She has been around for a while.
Can't get more than 9, right, though?
Willpower reroll. She doesn't want to pay attention to you right now. What are you doing?
good
even?
willpower.
Like, just silly. Not enough though. 4 successes is not going to defeat 9. She is looking at you. I think she's gonna. She has to look at you because you're just that magnetic. But she's looking at you with like outrage and anger rather than anything else. She's not, oh, I love Chris. She's just, oh, you asshole. That is her reaction.
Even when I didn't do. Did I do willpower damage for her, though, since I beat her in a social role?
Willpower damage is something you do when you're trying to humiliate someone or scare them or something to that effect.
Or
you're
I
just-
control them.
No, you're trying to get her to look at you. Like, that has been achieved. She cannot resist
But
looking
that's
at you.
not what I was trying to get her to. I was trying to get her to come to my side.
That's not going to happen with a presence check. It's presence, not dominate. She
But isn't
finds
presence
you
for-
irresistibly magnetic.
Yeah.
If we read this here properly, their attention is inexplicably drawn to the person using awe. Those listening to the vampire speak might suddenly agree on subjects where they once held different viewpoints, but you're not speaking to her, you're singing a song. While this power doesn't cause rapt infatuation, it is still strong enough to sway the minds of most mortals, which she is not most mortals. So she will be like, yeah, this sucks. She doesn't
Okay.
know necessarily what is going on because presence is a very subtle power and you only notice it if you're using like sense the unseen and things like that. But she's still trying to resist and fail. So she's looking at you. That has been achieved. You have her full attention and
Great.
she hates you for it. Amadeus is
it's,
just lying on the ground and he is not moving at all. And Dex is going to shoot Emily because why the hell not?
He tried to hurt his patron.
Yeah, exactly. He's just going to go up and
Blast
shoot her in the
her ass.
face, like in the back of the head, executioner style. There's
Oh,
absolutely
and
no
she's
reason
look.
to not do
That's
that.
my boy.
Just-
Oh, you are so getting a promotion.
It's just pop
Vampire?
a cap in her
You
head.
don't have
That's
that
what
kind of
he's
information.
doing. Wait a minute. Isn't it smarter to just lethal body her?
Oh yeah, she's immortal.
Exactly. So he'll just step up and punch her in the face, in the back of the head. All out brawl attack, -2 for stepping up, of course. But yeah, this is gonna be a potentially very hurtful situation for her. I feel like we shall use some willpower here. Because that was a little bit sad. Still a
He
little
tried.
bit sad, but he tried. She will take 2 aggravated wounds, obviously. As he just comes in from behind, punches her in the side, and just, I'm gonna kill you, you bitch! Okay, Tony. Amadeus is lying on the ground. He's no longer on fire because Kate put out the fire. You're up.
I yell out, Kate, what the fuck? Before shooting him again.
Okay, you don't have a harm compulsion anymore because you've harmed him. That's a hit.
I'll push it. I got willpower. So
You
that's
do.
9 aggravated damage.
Before your very eyes, Amadeus catches fire yet again, and there is just, yeah, he's burning and crackling, and you can see like the skin flaking, the body just caving in. Part by part of him turns to ash. This is a no longer existing kindred, an ex-kindred. Kate is going to be very annoyed by this. I think she might, like, you took her food away from her chance to eat from this thing. Let's see now. Is that physical provocation or harassment? Something like that. Let's make it a frenzy check level 2 because she was like, I'm going to eat from this one and get stronger. Frenzy! Kate will frenzy against Tony. Emily's screaming, Jeff! And she is going to, because she had her attention on Chris, now she's attention on Jefferson, and now she's going to turn around and look Dex in the eyes and tell him to run away, you asshole! See? She's not going to make the same mistake twice. And he will have to resist because he can. He is in fact not an unprepared mortal, is he? He's a ghoul. He knows the game, doesn't he? Intelligence resolve.
How intelligent is Dexter?
Not very.
How much? But does he have a lot of resolve? He did stay in.
No, not really. We're gonna willpower that, obviously. But it's not gonna make any difference because she has 3 successes, so yeah. He'll run away. So he's gonna run away.
But see, away can be just like 2 or 3 steps if he's smart.
He's gonna leave the general area and come back again, I guess, so.
Yeah.
But these 2 soldiers will of course fill her with lead.
Wait. Oh wait, she's a ghoul. She might survive that.
She is a human, that's gonna be 8 aggravated damage.
Cooked.
Yeah, pretty cooked. And so she goes down. Just shot to pieces by the 2 SWAT guys who have been so clutch for you guys all along. And so, as quickly as the fight started, it is over with your two opponents lying on the ground. Amadeus just ashes in a suit now. And Kate is frenzying against Tony because you took her meal away.
That's 2 actions to close the distance.
Yeah.
which means I'm going to I don't want to get close to her because I'm fucking hurt bad. So I'm going to just use my celerity pretty much just to run away from her.
That works. She's gonna run after, but it's not gonna... I don't think she can catch you, because... Oh, no, she doesn't have enough celerity to catch you. 2 vampires run away until Kate chills again. Okay, so we have 2 guys here in SWAT uniforms who are gonna look over this entire scene and go, okay, what the fuck happened here? What are we doing now?
Okay, I wasn't finished investigating this thing, so keep an eye out and watch out if fucking... What's the name of a famous, out of character, what's the name of a famous Sabbat person?
You don't know.
Okay, watch out if fucking the Lasombra Andrew shows up or something. The Lasombra founder. I'm gonna take off the... You said there was a app or something.
Yep.
I can remember stuff that happened 30 minutes ago. So I'm gonna take that off and see what's there.
It's Buck. Staked still.
Who?
You don't remember the leader of the Sabbat Pack?
Oh! So he somehow got out of... Oh, for fuck's sake.
Somehow they decided to store him here, and the Sabbat found out.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna get my machete and just chop his head off.
That, my friend, is murder.
Is it? He tried to kill tons of
Absolutely it
people.
is.
Okay, if it's murder, I won't do it. I guess we can bring him in
100%
as well.
murder. But on the other hand, you would regain a willpower point for proving that beauty exists in violence.
No, I'm not gonna. If you say if my conscience takes out, that's straight up murdering a dude.
It is.
I won't do it.
I'll give it back anyway because you put the beauty in the violence by singing a wonderful song.
Uh-huh.
Charlie, Emily's dead. You can see her life's blood running down the gutters on the wet ground.
Charlie just sort of walks over to Emily. And in this situation, how dead is she? Is it in any way possible to bring her back with blood, or is she too far gone?
You want to try to embrace her?
Would that do it, or would...
She has a full health track of aggravated damage, so I think that's the only way to bring her back right now, yeah.
I'm just thinking, Charlie is at full, has got no blood left.
But her body does have blood, and the part of the process of the embrace is sucking out the blood.
She's been so torn up by 2 assault rifles that there is not a whole lot of blood left in her.
You said not a whole lot, but I didn't hear none left.
That's... Oh my god! Goldtooth Charlie, you are seeing blood while on Hunger 5. Good point! Let's go. Sight of open wound or overpowering smell of blood while at Hunger 4 or higher. Roll a frenzy check, difficulty 2. You're gonna probably end up on the ground just licking Emily's blood from the ground.
God, I love how fucked up this is. Hell yeah.
Apparently not, because Charlie has just that much control over the beast. It growls. It wants to break free. It wants that sweet vitae, the lifeblood that's just now running uselessly along the pavement and is spilled for no good reason. And Emily's broken eyes are staring at you. She's dead.
Yeah, I think though Charlie is still going to, although he's still in control, he knows he needs to stay in control.
He has
And he's
stayed in
still
control.
he's still got the hunger compulsion, so he's going to fight back the beast and dead calm and just maybe shaking slightly, drink what blood he can out of her.
And that means that you're now tasting blood while you are this level of hungry. Roll another frenzy check, this time against a difficulty of 3. As you are sipping up whatever you can from her. It's just...
God, I should have just gone with the first one. Here we go.
Well, first you feel the smell, and then you feel
Oh,
the
shit.
taste, and then you just absolutely ignore the beast who's just shaking those bars inside your mind, and then is promptly sent into the corner to sit nicely, and you can hear a little bit of a that's all. You will there isn't much blood left, as I mentioned. There's just you're gonna sate 1 hunger basically, which does get rid of your hunger compulsion though. Not your hunger, but your hunger compulsion.
And at this point, since everybody else is distracted doing various other stuff, you're probably not going to see Charlie pick up Emily and walk to the car.
Oh. Tony, you're gonna be back after a while, right? And so will Dex.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of running here from various people. And Kate.
All right. There is a dead Wilkerson.
There is one, yes.
Full of a little bit of blood, and Tony is so fucking hungry, so he's going to drink from the corpse.
Yo, it's just sad, but yeah.
I'm at hunger for it, man!
Yeah.
And besides, it's not like he's using it anymore.
Why don't you roll a hunger check, because you're coming back here, and again, you're feeling the smell, you're feeling the blood, the dead Wilkinson is also, and then you roll against the difficulty of 3 when you're actually bowing down over the dead Wilkinson and biting him.
I guess that's resisting the frenzy for first smelling the blood.
Exactly, and then the second is for tasting it.
Alright, let's resist.
Look at you go.
Nope.
No!
Can't even push it.
Nope, you cannot. Then, you will start drinking. Why did it code you as frenzied? That's weird. Okay. The first time you managed to avoid, but then the red haze descends upon you as you're drinking from one of these SWAT guys. And there's no more blood left in this SWAT guy. So look at here. There's 2 fresh humans just standing around here waiting to be... Tony will assault them. Ah!
Es hora de comer.
What?
So now we have a new mess, everybody. This
You're
went
attacking
so pear-shaped in so
Wilkersons.
many ways.
I'm not going to back you in an attack against
I'm sorry,
our-
I did not mean to press that. I don't know why I did. It's
I
fun,
don't
man.
We have so much of a mess here. Tony, you have... You know what? We're just gonna hear the growl of the beast for now. Because that's all you are hearing, isn't it? And Tony, you have your usual 5. They have their usual 5s, but you're faster than them. Which is sad for them. Kate is on the way to Chris and to check out what you're doing. I'm sure she's not going to do anything untowards there.
We'll see.
We'll see. Chris, you have, what did we say? 4.5. Charlie, you are not here right now. You're going to the car as you hear all of this unfold, and I have no idea what you're going to do about that as you're placing Emily's body in the vehicle while our dear friend Dex... Okay, yes. He's also back, and he's going to protect his master. Okay, Tony, what do you want to do? We know what you want to do. You don't want to do much of anything.
Hold on there, buddy.
Not holding on to anything.
Can I spend a willpower to hold on for just this turn?
Yes, you can. Take a superficial willpower damage and roll a willpower check against the difficulty 3 to control yourself and exit the frenzy. Okay, you only have the 1 willpower left, so you cannot in fact exit the frenzy. But this turn, you are not attacking anyone. You're just holding up and going, what are you doing?
I'm basically just like tweaking the fuck out, yelling and shit.
Yelling what?
Just yelling, and I'm just going full like fucking crazy.
Is this a daunt where you're trying to scare them?
Okay, no, I just meant it more as in like barely controlling the beast. You know what I mean? As in like just giving
but you
them.
You have an action this turn because you are controlling the beast. Like you can fight through that red haze and get something done.
All right, then in that case, I'm going to say, I'm going for a frenzy. Or I'm frenzying.
They don't seem to understand what you're meaning. Are you trying to get them to run away? Is this a charisma persuasion roll?
Or I guess, you know what, fuck it. Maybe I will go back to the original plan and just fucking use Daunt here. And charisma, intimidation, plus Daunt. To, intimidate them. To, like, get them to run away. It is what it is.
You're just shouting at them, run for your lives!
Exactly. Something along those lines.
Well then, let's see. I think it's probably going to work. Insight is not their strongest skill. I'm just doing a group roll here for them. They're gonna raise... Oh, but they can't actually attack you because of Daunt. So they're gonna back away with their guns trained at you. Like, Jesus Christ, what the heck? And they look genuinely confused. They have no idea what's going on, but they're not shooting at you because of the Daunt. Chris, what do you want to do?
Could you please do something so I don't get shot?
I don't know if I want to.
I'd really prefer not to make a new character.
Okay. Chris,
They can't attack you
reluctantly...
for the scene, though, because of the Daunt.
Also, I will owe you a major boon because of this. Maybe...
No, Chris is, I guess, he's going to celerity and grab one of the Wilsons and run with him.
Celerity, you have rapid reflexes and fleetness.
Yeah.
You have strength and... Okay, roll a strength and athletics check. And also activate your fleetness with your 4 hunger. Oh, Chris, I'm sorry. You're coming out here. Roll a frenzy check, difficulty 2.
What the fuck are you doing?
Because of all the blood around you.
Okay.
This is the consequence of being a very hungry vampire.
Yeah.
Dude, Sheriff's gonna be so mad when we come back and it's like, all my fucking ghouls are dead.
Alright, here we go. Chris is also in a frenzy. Do you want to spend a willpower point to control yourself this turn?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so what are we doing with that then? Because if you run away
Okay, I'm
with
going
them...
to... I was going to rescue Guy, but since I know I'm barely controlling the frenzy,
Yeah.
I don't trust myself with him. So I'm just going to go like the opposite direction.
Okay, so you're using your fleetness to run away instead, or are you using fleetness because you'd have to activate it, and that's gonna.
No,
be a
I'm
rouse
not.
check.
I'm just going. I
You're
was
just
sorry.
running, legging it. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, Elder. I don't want to.
Sorry, I can't hold on anymore. Ah, and you run away too, because everybody is so hungry. Okay then, Charlie, did you want to do anything in particular?
Charlie is going to embrace Emily.
He's gonna embrace Emily? OMG. You're going to embrace her. Someone really cared a lot for Emily, didn't you? Okay then. It's not going to be terribly hard for you to do that, because, let's see now. What are the rules for embracing vampires?
I don't know. I don't know what they are in this system.
I think the only problem about it is to give her enough blood to embrace her. I'm probably going to be straight back up to hunger 5.
Yeah, you are, definitely.
Yeah, but that's the choice you're making.
Index. Embrace. Faster. Okay, drain replaced with, so let's see now. So you must drain them, of course, and then you have to introduce your own vitae into the corpse, usually directly into the mouth. What is your generation?
Caitiff, so it's, what is that, 13th?
Yeah, so you're gonna make her a thin-blooded vampire, in fact.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, just because you're a kid, it doesn't make you 13, does it? It just
No,
means you don't
but
know
he
what
is
clan you are.
13th. He's a 13th generation caitiff.
Oh.
Alright, so basically you are just slitting your wrist open to give her of your blood, and yes, it's gonna be a rouse check on that. Absolutely.
Don't fuck it up.
You are so hungry. Oh
Failed.
man, you are so hungry. And you are putting the blood into her mouth, and it's just... Let's hope it takes.
How long does it take for her to wake up if it does work?
Good question.
That is a good question, yeah.
I guess you'll figure it out soon enough.
Whoa.
Indeed. Alright, so... I was going to say... words. What was I gonna say? Something!
Kate.
What was that?
What is Kate doing?
Oh, what is Kate doing? Kate! She is definitely going to diabolarize Bach. Because why not? Nobody's there to stop her.
Alright.
Why shouldn't she?
Oh, yeah.
Obviously. So she's gonna bow down over Bach. He is on a lot of hunger. She's gonna get rid of her hunger compulsion by taking the last of his vitae. And then we'll see if she can in fact diabolarize him. Because why shouldn't she? Let's see.
I don't know why she shouldn't.
She will roll strength plus resolve. Needs to win a number of tests according to his blood potency. Which it turns out is not terribly high. So strength plus resolve. She has some resolve. She has some strength. Yeah, we're definitely blood surging that. The beast is just on full display today, isn't it? Yeah, that's a very good success. A messy critical, in fact. And he's
You would totally
dead.
push that.
What was that?
You would totally push that.
Yeah, but she doesn't have to. Bach dies to the diablerie. She succeeds with yet once more a diablerie, and this time he actually has stronger generation than her. She will increase her generation, get stronger generation.
And we go up for potency.
Nope.
Oh, you need.
Nope. Not
You need to spend.
yes. Oh,
Now
right.
she's at anti-free.
Yeah. Alright, so Dex, finally. This is a mess, folks. An absolute mess, isn't it? He's gonna rush up and defend his patron. And just run, you fuckers, run! He told you to run, motherfucker! And he's gonna shoot in the air. Bang! And I think that's gonna be enough to make them run away. The problem is, of course, Tony, you are still in a frenzy. Because you didn't get out of the frenzy, did you? And the only blood available in front of you is Dex.
I am not feeding from Dex. I am going to do another check.
You have
that
a
also-
willpower check left.
Exact,
Yeah.
but it's only one dice.
You can't, the willpower can't succeed, but what you could use is spend that final willpower that you have to control yourself for another turn and get away from Dex.
Yeah, that was what I was planning on doing before you mentioned the other thing. Yeah, I'm going to run away.
Very well. So now there's two of you running away from doing anything bad. So you're also gone.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Chris is gone. Charlie, you are
Now I'm
not
worried
gone.
If anybody, Charlie is now about to be gone. Anybody left just hears the car start and drive away.
That makes sense.
Oh no, poor Dex. He's left with this fucking freak. I'm worried about what she's gonna do to my ghoul.
Okay, let's see now. Stamina resolve plus your sire's blood potency, which is a 1. Stamina. This is from a fan. I just needed some system because apparently they've forgotten how do you embrace other vampires in V5. So there's a fan who made a system for that. So let's use that. At a difficulty of 2. On a win, the embrace takes hold. The embrace takes hold. So Emily needs a new character sheet. Character sheet settings.
Yeah.
Configure from.
Depending
I
how
want-
strong she was as a ghoul, she might be actually weaker as a tin blood.
Maybe. Yeah. I'll need to fill out a new sheet for her. She's lying there in your car as you're driving, and convert all their health damage to superficial but remain impaired for a bunch of nights. And she has all the hunger. So while you are in the streets there, Charlie, driving with Emily in the back seat, she's just rising up and going, No, what happened? No, what did you do? What did you do? And her fangs are out and she's crying blood and I need hunger. I need blood now. What did you do?
Because Charlie is so hungry and knew she was going to wake up hungry, he's been driving to one of his hunting grounds. So he's going to show her how to hunt his way.
Okay. Emily is now a vampire. And her blood potency will be very low indeed because she is thin-blooded. Okay, we'll have to regulate that somehow. She's a K-Tiff, though, because so are you.
Hmm.
She was supposed to be a Ventru, and you're giving him K-Tiff blood. Oh.
Bruh.
Okay, so Dex
Man.
is alone. This is great. Dex is alone with Kate. He's not going to be alone with Kate for very long, because he's going to run after wherever Tony ran. And
Well, that dude needs a self-preservation.
he's a ghoul. He's blood bonded to his master. He doesn't have self-preservation. He wants to be with his master. He's a junkie, so look at him. He's going to keep pace. I don't think Kate cares much. She has dropped another humanity, which means that she's now at a humanity of 3. But she also has stronger blood and gets some more disciplines and stuff, so this is her exit from the campaign, isn't it? Who knows? Maybe she will join the Sabbat just because of everything that's happened.
And she's also got a Sabbat probably talking in her head now.
Yes, she does. Okay.
So only good things are in store for Kate.
Only good things are in store for Kate. Absolutely. Whatever happens to Kate, you have no idea, because this is the last night you will see her, I'm pretty sure. On the other hand, if the Sabbat manages to recruit her, she's going to be an absolutely formidable person to have on the team, isn't she?
Yeah, for everyone's sake.
Maybe the second she leaves this room, she meets, what's the name of that Sabbat guy who's Tremere? Gotrix?
Goratrix. No, it's not that fast. It's not that fast. Okay, we have an eventful night ahead of us still, because some people are really hungry, aren't you? I was looking for...
I know I'm a siren, and am I still in frenzy now that the scene is over, or...
You are not going to be in a frenzy anymore, no.
Okay. I know I'm a siren, but the last time I was this hungry, I accidentally killed someone. So, in an effort to maybe RPs trying to get you, man, can I try hunting in a different way? What than my usual way?
So how do you want to try?
Like, is that allowed? Is what
I'll
I'm asking.
allow it. You get what the predator type does is give you certain skills and bonuses to your character sheet. So the disciplines, the skills, the specialties, all of those things. Doesn't mean that you have to hunt that way every time. You just optimize for hunting a different way.
Okay. What I was thinking was to go to the zoo.
Go to the zoo?
Yeah.
Oh, that's an interesting idea. Okay.
And drink from a giraffe or something.
A drink from a giraffe or something. Okay, yeah. Let's see. We are, in fact, in...
That long neck is so tempting to a vampire.
Yes, exactly.
That's just silly. Okay. Let's see now. Where is Chicago Zoo? Lincoln Park Zoo. It is about... If you have a car, it's half an hour drive. Otherwise, it's going to take you an hour.
I don't think I gave him a car, but... Okay, so he walks.
Oh, man. So you're going to take...
Did we come in 2 vehicles, or did Charlie take the only one?
I think remember. Charlie might have taken the only one.
It might be true, yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, then. So you're going to take the... You're going to use public transit, taking first a bus and then the pink line, apparently. It's going to take you an hour to get to the zoo. Anything can happen in that stretch of time.
Okay, at least I'm trying to not murder somebody.
I know. It's going to be great. I see no problems with this plan. Except when there are problems with this plan.
See, the thing is, we have to go through the tribulations to go up That's
Yes.
it in humanity. So
I know. No, you're doing the right thing. You're doing the right thing with that. Absolutely. Okay. Here we go. Cicero. You're not the only one trying to sate your hunger, are you? Because there's also a Tony trying to sate his hunger, right?
Yeah, and trying to get away from Dexter because that's the last person he wants to eat.
He's yummy though. He's just waiting for someone to eat him. Alright, so we have Tony here trying to get
Run
away
away
from
and-
Dex, running in the streets of Cicero.
And just try and find someone who's isolated. It doesn't matter who, I need to eat.
You need to eat. And you're an ally. Which is streetwise, let's go. And right now it's just absolute random where you go to find something. So you are going to okay. Grassy waste under a highway overpass where drug dealers sell. That's not a bad place to go, right? Difficulty is a 3. Before you do that, I want you to roll... Okay. It's a success. Difficulty is 3 for that. So I want you to roll a dexterity athletics as well to just keep... You have 6 dice. 3 when you take half. That is not enough to get away from Dex.
Wait, hold on. Could you let me get away because, hold on, I have a level of celerity, and I feel like in this specific case...
Have you
Maybe.
activated Fleetness yet? Because if you activate Fleetness, then yes.
Alright, I'll activate Fleetness.
That is just a rouse check.
Yes, alright, and I stay at hunger free. Fuck.
You stay at hunger 3. Excellent. So Dex will not catch up with you with this. He is hopelessly behind. He really wants to catch up. You know what? I'm gonna roll his dexterity and athletics.
He already did.
That was before.
Oh, he's going to do it again.
Right. This is true. I rolled... Yeah, okay. You are going to win. He's gonna... Hey, Tony! Hey, man! Where are you? Don't run away! I'm just trying to help, man! Don't be like that! What the fuck are you doing? You can hear him screaming down the street desperately as you find that particular overpass. Strength and brawl, my dude.
Alright, then.
And we want a difficulty 3 here.
Grappling, and... Fuck it, I'm blood surging. Alright, no, I'm not blood surging.
You're gonna attack the drug dealer, aren't you?
Oh, shit.
That's
Oh,
a messy
no.
critical.
Oh, no.
Do you want to kill the guy in question?
No, I
Straight up
do not.
murder? Okay, so you will
I
take
do
a
not want
compulsion instead.
Yeah, I'll take the compulsion, absolutely.
Very well.
Paranoia. A double paranoia.
That makes sense. There we go. So, you are going to... You don't have to roll a frenzy check this time to drink from this man. Because you don't actually have that much hunger, so... I don't think you found a way to get rid of this empty feeling this session, have you?
No.
Are we sating 2 blood then?
Yeah, just 2 blood.
Yeah.
I don't want to kill this guy.
Tony's just sitting there going... What was this night anyway? Right?
Yeah, Tony covered in burns and just doing awful things that he feels remorse for is just completely done with the day and decide to just try and get a taxi back home.
That makes sense. Yeah, it got messy, let's just say. It got very messy, didn't it? the messiest, we could say, even.
Yeah, things were rough.
Things were rough. Okay, we have Chris, who is also out there doing his thing. I'm gonna roll just to see if you're a lucky man or not as you are getting onto the L. It is in fact 2 a.m., so there's not gonna be a whole lot of traffic, particularly now. Oh, I'm sorry, it's the Saturday now, so it's the night after Friday night. But at 2 a.m., most people are going out of downtown, not into downtown, because the L is dead. Let's see how lucky you are. You are not lucky at all. There are people on the train.
Yeah, but I'm at 4, right? That means I don't jump at people.
This
just
is
for
true.
seeing them,
Yeah,
right?
you don't jump people immediately. But there are people on the train. And you know what? I'm going to be an evil man because I rolled a 1 for your luck here. I'm going to say that one of them have cut themselves in a bottle. Roll your frenzy check at a difficulty of 2.
Resist the frenzy. Difficulty 2.
Good job. Once again, you have been tempted to just jump these poor mortals that are traveling by the train, but you have not. Hero is what you, aren't you?
No, I'm not a hero.
You are struggling so hard right now.
I just don't want to murder a second person in 2 weeks. Like that's serial killer here.
Yeah, it is. That is bad. All right. So, meanwhile, the thin-blooded.
Because Charlie never got the vampire education, so he has no idea what thin blood is. He'll just assume that she's a vampire as well.
Oh, actually, the 14th is not the thin blood, I think. That's like the step below. I just realized. So she is, let's see now, generation, blood potency, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, where did it go?
The 13th. I don't know. They have a possibility. I think.
Yeah.
17,
Okay,
at
so
least.
she's gonna be at 0 blood potency because she's 14th. So that's what she's at.
Is she a tin blood or is she 4? Is that
I
separate?
think she's 14th at this point, but there is a risk that she becomes a thin-blooded. She might become thin-blooded. But not right away. So, yeah, 14th generation K-Tiff. I don't think she's going to be very happy about things here. Gold Tooth Charlie
Dog.
is
Sleep
her
with one
sire.
eye open.
And she already has access to some disciplines because she's a ghoul. She was a ghoul. I did not see this happening. This was not in what I thought would happen tonight.
Yeah, this embracing. Oh, like Terry knows the rules, right? That he's not allowed to embrace.
Yeah.
You do know those rules, Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie has a plan which will become clear.
Technically,
Okay,
he
well,
can get away
Chris-
with this.
He
can.
doesn't know about this. So,
Anyway, yeah, so Emily is going to wake up. She's in the back of your car, of course. and she's crying, and what have you done? You've ruined everything! You know what?
And
Actually,
Charlie,
I ruined everything for her.
Yes, you did. But she blames the entire group.
yeah, Charlie will say, was that true what he said? Is Neely abusive?
I don't think you'll have the time to find out necessarily, because she is going to immediately have to... She has Hunger 5. She's going to immediately have to roll for... She also has impairment, doesn't she? Health impairment because of what you've done here. She's immediately have to roll a Hunger Frenzy. No, a Rage Frenzy because of what has happened. So... Let's see. There's so much frenzy tonight. Yeah, that's gonna be a 4. Resist frenzy, difficulty 4. She goes frenzy at you immediately. You killed him! And she just jumps you in from the back of the car. She jumps you.
Okay, I'm just going to try.
This went really tits up immediately, didn't it?
I'm going to try and control and restrain here. Just try and get a hold of her till she
driving
calms
the
down.
vehicle. So how are you going to control and restrain her?
Have fun.
Yeah, I'm just gonna... What was that?
Have fun.
No,
I think I'm just going to have to try and grab on to her one-handed and just try and grip strength to keep her under control. At least while I try and pull the vehicle over.
Okay, I'm going to give you a -2 for driving the vehicle at the same time. While she's attacking you with anything she can. Which in this case is, let's face it, not a lot. Because she is... Yeah. Weak and everything, but she's frenzying, so she doesn't care about the health impairment. So yeah, dexterity brawl, that one is not active. Okay, so here we go. This is her. Why does it say difficulty 4? Oh, that was the resisting frenzy. Yes. Okay, so she fails miserably with trying to attack you. Just jumps you from behind, and you can just hold her off with your arm. And I'm going to ask you to do, with a -2, because you're driving and holding her off, a dexterity drive check to not crash into something.
And do I get a bonus from stunt driving for this?
Yes, you do. That makes sense.
Do I have any discipline that would help here as well? I don't think I do.
You do not, no.
Okay, and since I only have 1 vampire dice, how do we do the difficulty? The -2 here.
What -2? Oh, the paranoia?
No, I don't think I have paranoia. But didn't you say I'm a
Oh yeah, the -2. Yeah, that's a custom modifier that you just put in. So when you click drive and you add dexterity, and then you click confirm, and there's a custom modifier where you can put like a -2.
Okay, it says value 1. So do I turn that into -2?
That's correct. You're absolutely fine. Against all odds, you manage to pull over. You find, bless your stars or something, a parking place where you can actually pull over, brake, and she's just... You can... The fangs are out. There's blood, bloody tears running down her face. She's just trying to beat you as hard as she possibly can, but she's not very strong. And just, She's just screaming at the top of her lungs, roaring, growling, and just... But apparently doing just about no damage at all. So, over time,
Yeah, she's-
her frenzy is going to end.
When it ends, say, like what I said before, was it true what he said? It was nearly abusive.
Hold on a moment.
Man, we just need to put Neely in the dirt.
Oh, he.
Uh,
After
let's see.
chasing down Ting in the streets, I don't think he's going to survive.
There is a possibility. So, yeah, okay. So she's going to calm down. She's going to... I was just looking over the various characters here. She's lying in a pile of just tears and fangs. Blood all over her face. Yes, he was the worst bastard you could possibly imagine, but you killed Jeff! And she's so angry.
Charlie will say,
My one true love, you bastard! She's gonna just throw whatever she finds around her, like an old soda can, and just throw it at you.
Charlie will say, that could have gone better, I admit. The Sabbat had no respect for life, that how many innocent people they were willing to hurt. But we can make that distinction.
Why should I care about them? Nobody ever cared about me except him! Except him! She's gonna try to leave you and just walk away.
Charlie's going to keep the grip on her and say, this is our chance to show what we are. Maybe nobody cared for us, but we can care for other people. We have to eat now, so we can eat the people who have it coming.
Physical harassment of a vampire. She's going to try to resist the frenzy. And she does. It's just barely.
Jesus Christ, man.
Hopefully by this point, Charlie will have driven us close to one of his hunting grounds. So we'll show her his hunting method for going after abusers.
I'm not supposed to be like this! I'm supposed to be Jeff's child, you bastard! I was gonna be with him forever! Oh, she's so angry with you. What is Tony gonna do with the rest of the night? Just out of curiosity, because this is clearly gonna take a while.
Where is Tony right now?
You were in Cicero the last time when you were having your meal. I don't know where you are gonna go from there. You're sitting on the ground under that overpass. You have fed. You are as well fed as you can expect to be at this point. And you have no idea where anyone else is. You are so tired in your mind because everything went so horrible. You are still feeling the burn. And you have a paranoia compulsion, which tells you to skedaddle and go home, basically.
Yeah, I'm going home, man.
That makes sense.
Good night, y'all.
Good night, y'all. He's just... Bye! Oh, dear. Lincoln Park Zoo. You've never been to this place as a vampire, have you, Chris?
No.
Your first visit. Well then, let's see how lucky you are. Do you feel lucky? Punk? Do you?
I don't like being called a punk, but no.
You are so very hungry. But you have solved the problem by going to a zoo where You know, who cares about the animals dying, right?
It's more morally acceptable than human beings. Society has decided.
Apparently. So how are we hunting the animal, as it were?
I was thinking with survival.
This is a farmer check, actually. You're hunting like a farmer now. Resolve plus animal ken.
Ah, come on. I don't have animal ken. I have survival is what you use to hunt. How can it suddenly be animal ken?
Because you have to get close to an animal, and the animal goes, oh no, that's an actual vampire. I don't want nothing to do with that thing. You're a monster.
And they do
animals.
say that word for word,
shy
actually.
away. They run.
What the fuck? Oh, Christ. Sorry. The dog just jumped on me. I failed.
Okay, at least
my
I guess I have
concentration.
2 dice in resolve, and I guess I could try to blood search since I'm going to kill this animal anyway.
Yeah.
There, 4 dice, all hunger. Let's see what happens. I'm going to kill the shit out of some poor zookeeper.
This could be where the Chupacabra legend starts.
That is where the Chupacabra legend starts. That is the worst possible failure we can get. It's a complete and utter fumble, isn't it? You tried. I'm gonna give you points for trying. Doesn't mean that it works so well. Let's see now. Failure, you can't find a spot with available prey.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, wherever you go, it's like locks on things that you can't get through. There's like a night guard. There's animals making a lot of noise when you go close to them. You just never get to a place where you can feel that it's nice and quiet and you can do the deed without being... And of course you get a hunger compulsion because that tracks. You just need to sate yourself somehow. And it's now... When is sunrise again? Let's have a look. It's 6th of July. Sunrise will be early. It's gonna be at 5. You have an hour.
I have an hour. And
Yeah.
how far am I away from my haven?
Lincoln Park Zoo to your haven is an hour. Yeah, I think so. Let's see now. Let's
Why
go
the
to the actual
dumpster?
map,
You
shall
can't
we? We have maps. We've got maps.
You're gonna have to pull a Rennick here. You're just gonna have to find some place.
So right now you're like around here-ish, and your haven is around here-ish. So yeah, that's about an hour. You can make it.
I'll go as fast as I can, so.
What was that?
I said I'll go to my house. I'll go home.
Okay.
I can hunt tomorrow.
You can hunt tomorrow. Yes, you can. Okay, folks. That was seriously intense, wasn't it? Everything went horribly. We do have one hunt left to do, which is go through Charlie and Emily. We're gonna go for a hunt to see if you can track down someone. And you're doing your usual alley cat style feeding, aren't you? Charlie.
Yep. Yeah, doing the abuser hunt.
You don't really have time to be picky at this time of night. So, in this case... Look at that! There's a rough hangout for locals here. You don't know this city terribly well. Let's go with Street Fights difficulty 5. You're still in Cicero, aren't you?
Can I use my my Auspex, my heightened sensors to make this easier?
Yes. I'll allow it. I'm a kind-hearted storyteller.
It's gonna be bad. Not 4, it was just one shot.
Yeah, That was one short. You can succeed at cost.
What's the cost?
What's the cost? You'll find out. The cost is extra difficulty on the actual feed. Strength and brawl, and I rolled a... You want a mugger, don't you? So difficulty is going to be a 4.
Okay, is there any discipline I can use with this? I don't think there is there?
No, there isn't. That is a success! Good for you! Now, we already have another compulsion coming up here. Paranoia compulsion. Okay. You're scared. You're not used to this area, are you? But you managed to grab this person and start drinking. So... roll a resist frenzy check against the difficulty of... 3. Because you're tasting the blood. And she sees the blood. Or smells it. She goes frenzy, you do not. You will hear her snarl and just snap and just, yeah, she loses, and she just bites into, because she feels, like that. And how much blood are you, how much hunger are you going to sate?
I was thinking we could do it like Lady and the Tramp with the spaghetti, like we both get in at once, and then we just take 1 unit each, and since she's frenzy and Charlie will have to push her off him.
So, to actually sate your hunger so you're no longer at the verge of frenzy, you have to take 2. But here's the problem for you. To take sated blood from humans, here we go, maximum non-harmful drink from a human is 2 hunger slated over a scene. To do a harmful drink from a human that risks death unless treated is 1 blood per turn. And she is going frenzy, so she's gonna totally do that. So if you don't stop her, because you have control over your frenzy, she is gonna drain him before you can get more than 1 sated.
Yeah,
it's
I
up
guess
to
I'm
you
gonna
if
have
you
to
want to
try.
stop her or sate hunger for yourself.
I guess Charlie has just enough self-control left to try and stop her.
Very well, yeah. Which is gonna work yet again because you have brawl and strength and all that, and she doesn't. So you will stop her from actually drinking the blood. I guess she gets like 1 hunger sated and not more than that. And then, yeah, you're holding her until she calms down and she's, this is a nightmare. This is a nightmare.
Yeah, Charlie, look, is the victim still here? Has Charlie still got hold
Oh,
of...
yeah, the victim is lying on the ground. Wait, no, Charlie has to hold on. Yeah, the victim is going to run away. Because you can't hold on to both her and the victim. You're like, what the fuck is going on here? You're fucking crazy, you kinky asses. You fuckers. What kind of blood doll kink shit are you into? And he's just running away. Fucking crap, what the fucking zombie shit? What the fuck is going on here? Unless he saw the fangs and then he's screaming vampire shit.
And so Emily didn't get to drink any. She's still at maximum hunger.
No, she sated 1. Because 1 turn she meant before you tear her off the, yeah.
So I'm still at hunger 5.
Yes, you are. And she's at 4.
And there's not enough time to hunt again tonight, is there?
Not really, no. Which means that
Okay,
Charlie
so-
risks going into torpor when you get back and has to rouse the blood to wake in the night. If that check fails, you go into torpor.
Okay, so it's at this point extremely annoyed, but because of his self-control, at this point now, he can hide it just to put long enough to put the last of his plan into motion.
Okay.
And while they go back to the vehicle and sit down, I guess Emily is just self-controlled enough now to think straight, basically.
Yeah, she's just sitting with her hands, her head and her face in her hands, and just, it's not how it was supposed to be. She's just crying her eyes out.
And Charlie will say,
why didn't you let me die with him? Why didn't you let me die?
told you that before, this isn't the life you want. There's still you still have the chance for revenge. If you still want it.
Should I
After the
kill
way
you?
Neely's-
Is that it?
After the way Neely's been behaving, the prince may just decide to kill him himself now. But it does seem like he's forgiving of his kin. So, if Neely does ever end up loose again, there's a way you can deal with him. He'll never see it coming from you. And Charlie will take out of his pocket the little vial of super blood that he's been carrying around since the beginning of this chronicle. And we'll give it to her and say, if you drink this, it'll make you so strong you'll be able to rip him limb from limb.
She's just gonna look at that. Okay, now we have a problem because you both see the vial. And you're both very hungry. So, yeah. And that vial looks so very tempting. The way the vitae inside it glistens and sparkles. And roll a frenzy check difficulty 2, please. That goes for both of you. Emily resists it. Does Charlie? He lifts it up and then just gobbles it up himself? No, he doesn't. He has such discipline over his beast, doesn't he?
Bro is built different. What the fuck?
Yeah. That's what composure does to you. All right, so yeah, it's all Neely. You know what? Let's go here. You have no persuasion, but roll a charisma persuasion check, because you're trying to convince her that it's not you or Tony or anyone to blame. It's all Neely's fault, and I'm not sure that she buys that entirely because she saw you literally shred the greatest love of her life. But I'll let you roll to convince her.
What are you smoking, Charlie?
5 successes. This might be tough.
Dog, she might just drink it right now and try to kill you now.
Yep.
That would be the funniest way for Charlie to die.
I'm just thinking you can't blood surge when you're at hunger 5, can you?
You can, but if you fail, you go frenzy.
Okay, so what do I have to do to persuade her here? Do I actually have to beat that, or?
Yeah. No, you have to have 5 successes yourself, which is not possible right now. Because it is possible. You could roll 2 10s and a success. You could roll 3 10s.
You really, I really want to risk your character dying because you gave the person who fucking hates your character the perfect way to kill your character? Because if she gets that and doesn't believe you, which she won't, she's totally going to drink that, remove a bunch of her hunger, and also have super potence and kill you, Charlie. So I think, honestly, you might want to rethink this. I get that, like, you want to be a good guy, but there's a difference between being like a good guy and being like a fucking gullible idiot.
If I blood surge and fail, will I still be able to resist? Will I have a chance to resist the frenzy, or does it just automatically drop me into frenzy?
I think it automatically drops you, yeah.
Yeah, you're cooked, man. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to bite a bullet here. Either you give the blood to this person and you probably die, or you don't be an idiot.
Wait a minute, I can still try this. Knowing that this is a risk, I may still be able to stop her getting it to her mouth if she tries to drink it. So I will give this a try.
Okay, so you're gonna...
Wait a minute. What am I modifying? It says new modifier -2 or paranoia.
Yeah. You're paranoid right now. You're in a part of the city you don't know. Anyone can turn up at any point. She is scary too. She's not what you thought when you gave her the blood out of the goodness of your heart. Yeah, you have -2 on everything. Oh, that's even worse. You cannot possibly persuade her. She just rolled.
I think I'm gonna have to blood surge it to neutralize that and just hope for the best.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
look,
That is
all right, out of
dedication.
All right, look, out of character, Roger. If you fuck this up, your character is probably going to die.
Not
That's the
necessarily.
choice.
She's not very strong.
But as you've said so many
Yet.
times, fuck it, we ball.
Yes.
And I respect that. You're going to die. You're fucked.
Let's see what happens.
Okay.
God, this whole
Oh,
night
you
has been
automatically
one
go into frenzy.
fuck up after another.
I think you might eat her, which would be the funniest shit imaginable.
Wait a minute, so what's actually happened here? It failed the... Wait a minute. No, wait a minute, it says...
Yeah, you have one success. So...
just says hunger full, so...
He failed the rousing check, though.
Oh, you failed the rousing check, which means that you're gonna go frenzy, right?
Yeah, possible.
ready,
It says it's a possible bestial failure. Doesn't
Yeah, but
say
that's not what happens.
frenzy.
So, rouse check, let's go now. 211, here we go. Rousing the blood. At hunger 5, you're so starved. Oh, you can never intentionally rouse the blood while at hunger 5. So forget what I said.
Oh.
Sorry about that.
Right, so that wouldn't have been possible.
Okay,
No,
so
it's not
yeah.
possible indeed. Yeah.
Okay, so shall I try the... wait a minute, that was not going to
Well,
work.
no. Like, even if you got a crit, it still wouldn't succeed.
No, you cannot win. She is not listening to you. You're holding on to the vial. Both of you are holding on to your beasts barely. Not barely for
The
gold.
best thing you can do,
And
honestly,
she's just looking. Are you kidding me? You've been working for Neely all the time. I know you're working for the Ivory Tower. I'm not blind. I have ears to hear with. You've been coordinating with him. You're loyal to the prince. I'm not a fool. And you killed Jefferson. You are the bad. You are my enemy. She's screaming at you like full. She doesn't hold back now. She's just screaming at you. Her fangs are out. She's not frenzying. She has enough. But she's just... just let me out here already! I don't want anything to do with you! Fuck you and your vials and everything! And, yeah.
just let her go, man.
Okay, is there any chance to salvage this with the thing that I built myself up to be able to do? And maybe like subterfuge composure to play it so calm I have one last chance at this.
Dog?
You haven't stopped the car yet, so she hasn't left yet. She's just removing the seatbelt or whatever and just stop the fucking car! So I'll allow you to roll a composure subterfuge. You have, what is that? It is masking. Yeah, that's not going to work for now. But yeah, you can roll a charisma subterfuge, absolutely. She gets to roll the same insight composure, of course.
What was that, charisma or composure, did you say?
Composure, yeah. How are you? Composure is like more of a defensive trait in my mind. So, charisma would be more appropriate. Charisma subterfuge, I think.
Dog, you have no dice.
He has no dice. She's rolling composure insight, of course, or resolve in this case. But yeah, composure is better for her. So this is what you're gonna have to beat. Oh wait, also. No, she doesn't have unswayable mind. So you're fine in that sense.
Because of
Maybe
like
she
the
rolled worse
sort
than
of
that, who knows?
psychological stress of this situation, could I use masking just to remain, put the sort of
I'll
facade
allow
up
it.
of
I'll
being
allow it.
calm?
It's an insane situation. Why not?
This is insane.
It is
This is
insane.
fucking crazy. What the fuck, man? Also, another thing is that if Tony sees her, he's probably gonna shoot her. No questions asked. Just a Sabat. Boom.
Well, you haven't seen her
Only got
yet,
one.
so we'll see.
Yeah, no, she is. I'm gonna give you now a superficial point of willpower damage because of your failure to convince her. You're starting to take willpower damage from this shouting match inside the car. Will you just fucking let me out already? She's actually gonna look into your eyes
What?
and
Isn't
say,
she-
"Let me out."
Mikhail, isn't she blood bonded to Charlie? At least a
Nope.
step. Not from getting embraced.
She actually has 2 steps to. No, yeah, 1 step to Charlie. Yes.
Yes.
She used to be blood bonded to someone else. But that was then. So,
Okay.
I'm gonna roll
Does
here.
that help Charlie in any way, the fact that she's blood bonded to him?
Charisma dominate. She's gonna try to dominate you to let her out. Stop the car, is what she's saying.
Got that sexual harassment Weinstein riz.
So, that is 4 successes, Charlie. You can, of course, resist a dominate with intelligence resolve. If you want to resist. She just looks into your eyes and goes, "Stop the car!" And her mind just enters your mind and just starts to compel your arms, your foot, your everything to stop the car.
I don't think if this turns out as well as possible, I don't think it'll work.
That didn't work. You could spend, because she is weaker blood than you, you can spend, you can take a superficial willpower damage to just ignore her.
Yeah, I will do that. I'm just going to play it calm and say, "One will be coming soon. Where shall I drop you off?"
Here! Right here, she says. Right now, what the beast inside you feels is that she has been so ungrateful, so unruly, just contrarian, not willing to listen. You just want to punch her in the face. You just want to punch her really hard in the face. The betrayal, you had something, and this is how she's... Everything she did with you was a lie, wasn't it?
I just realized that with Charlie hating his sire, it's ironic that his child hates him.
Isn't it?
Or is it like, what do we call it? Passed on abuse? Or what's the actual technical term for that? It's
Generational abuse, I think.
generational trauma. Yes.
Trauma. Generational trauma, yeah.
Pass it on. So are you going to let her out or not?
Yeah, we'll just let her out. And just as she's getting out, he will just say, still keeping his voice totally calm, "Remember Neely." Then as soon as she shuts the door, he will drive off and head back to the haven before dawn.
Very well.
In a seriously messed up mental state, but still having somewhere in the back of his mind that maybe this plan will still have worked when she calms down.
Did you give her the vial or not? Does she have it?
I was assuming she still had it.
Okay, she has it. You just put it in her hand, so I guess... Okay, she's gonna drink that vial, definitely. But she does it after you drive away, so you have no idea what the effect will be.
If Tony ever finds out that you gave her that vial, he's gonna freak out the fuck out on you.
How will he know?
So she tried to walk into the sun and failed. But she's gonna be a bit burned.
She tried to walk into the sun.
Yep.
Oh my god.
And that's the you don't know. That's the last you will see of her for a while, perhaps. Who knows? She was not happy with any of this. Aftermath, my friends. Aftermath. In your haven, it's just a mess, isn't it? Everything has been a mess. Ever since
Meanwhile,
yeah.
Sylvester and fucking Leopold are just like fucking like having a grand old time, I'm assuming.
That is what we're guessing, isn't it? What we know, however, Dex is gonna be back, and you also have 2 vampires in your basement. No, you handed them over. I remember that. You handed them over. Yeah.
Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, what am I talking
Yeah,
about?
and we all just left a Sabat vampire on the roof of the mini warehouse, who will presumably be as soon as the sun comes
He'll
up.
be as soon as the sun comes up, yes.
Or the Wilkersons could take him. We left them to tidy things up.
But
Although if they ever come back after what they just saw.
the aftermath of this is that you will hear the prince pronounce that Neely, for his crimes, he hasn't technically destroyed anyone. He was attacking Lorraine, unacceptable, and for all the crimes, he has been exiled from the city on pain of blood hunt. If he ever comes back, he will be blood hunted. Of course, you don't see him again.
I really want to talk to Neely and do my... damn my hunger. I could have done a cool detective.
Letting him live.
That didn't happen this time, I'm afraid. That didn't happen this time.
Again.
Let's see. Yeah. But you've done a good job, and you have made the prince pleased with your decisive action against the Sabbat. Maybe, I don't know if Kate is gonna, like, join the Sabbat, or just decide to dump the coterie because she's Humanity 3 now, and you're all just slowing her down.
Style.
And it's entirely, maybe it is in fact the case that her superiors will finally read her soul because they can, and will discover that she's a diablerist, and that is going to put her in trouble. Which will mean that she gets executed for diablerie. That is a way that this could end.
Oh,
What do we think,
how
Taylor?
hypocritical.
Was that?
That's the exact type of hypocrisy that the Tremere are into.
Yeah, we should. I feel like that's the best ending for her. I feel like it's the most appropriate.
It's not so much the diablerie itself, it's that it's been so much, and that she is starting to become a liability for the clan because of her low humanity. She doesn't have as much control as she used to. So, yeah, it's... I'm gonna have to think about that. We'll see if the clan decides to reveal that she has diablerized. But at least this way, if she if she goes off rails and gets out of line in any way, they can just tell the prince and he'll have her executed immediately. So they have extra hold over her now. But they already had hold because she has the bond, the pyramid bond. So there you have it. Anyway, I'm going to say thank you to anyone who tuned in to this story. Blood Bond is now over. And I'm going to give these folks some XP after we end the transmission, as it were. Next week, we're going back to werewolves in New York City. And yeah, there's going to be drama there as well. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Should we raid the infinite monkey tails, but just because we can? Yes, we could. Just because we
Oh,
can.
can I ask something
Anything
actually?
tiny.
Did Sabat come to the theater because they thought Jackson was there? Or was that just a coincidence that
We'll get to
that
that.
happened?
We'll get to... What was the question again? Sorry.
Did the Sabat attack the theater because they went to free Jackson and it was just, or was that just a coincidence that's where he happened to be?
That was not a coincidence, I don't think.